have to do point duty or arrest a load of drunk football hooligans single-handed, you
No,
know?
you wouldn't.
I would, I really would. This isn't my kind of thing at all.
Oh, I don't know. I think it might quite suit you.
Oh, well, it's all right for you. You're not the one that has to go out there in front of the cameras and everything.
Look, I'd much rather walk up and down the street a few times than go and ask 3 million people whether they remember seeing a woman getting into a white car 2 weeks ago.
Well, go on then, you put the clothes on. I won't say anything.
It'd defeat the object a bit, wouldn't it? Anyway, who are they going to get to volunteer? I'm blonde and Reg Hollis hasn't got the legs. At least you look a bit like her.
Oh, if anyone else winds me up with that today, I'm going to scream.
Look, I know it's a chore, but you might as well make the best of it. And next time something like this comes up, I'll volunteer, OK? Even if I have to wear a wig.
Do you think I look like her?
No, not particularly.
I do a bit, though, don't I? I was telling John about it last night, and he thinks it's spooky, looking like a dead woman and wearing the clothes she wore.
They're not the clothes she actually wore.
Well, it's spooky. It's just a pain, that's all.
And anyway, Claire, she's not dead, she's only missing.
I know more about this woman than most of the women I've been out with. I know where she went out drinking, I know where she had her hair done. I know how much she earned, I even know what perfume she wore.
Yeah, well, when we find her, perhaps you ought to ask her out.
Well, I reckon we'll be lucky if anyone finds her.
Extension to 81.
It's 2 weeks. Well, she was going to turn up safe, she would have turned up by now.
That's what I like about you, Jim. You're the eternal optimist.
Well, the passport's still at home. Bank account and credit cards haven't been
Detective
used.
Constable Dashwood, Sunhill.
And everyone who talked to says the same thing. She was a really nice girl. Always happy, always smiling, no problems, no reasons to disappear.
Mr. Maguire? Dashwood, Sunhill. Yeah, you asked me to return your call. That's right. Uh-huh. And that was a Peugeot 205, was it?
How long have you been in?
Me? About 10 minutes.
What are you doing?
Well, nothing.
Didn't you get my message?
Message?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Jim, Ted wants to see you as soon as you get in.
Come on.
I told you, frumpy.
It does not make you look frumpy.
And it makes my bum look big as well.
Honestly, Claire, it looks perfectly all right. Anyway, this is a reconstruction you're doing, not blind date. Actually, it's quite a good fit.
The skirt is too long.
Well, it will be till you get the shoes on.
What are you two doing in there?
Trying to find something to wear.
Coming, Sarge.
3 minutes.
She did.
I do
Telling
not
you,
believe
Stan.
Ramsey, haven't you done that yet?
The transit has only just got back inside.
What?
Yeah, that's about right as well.
What an older woman.
OK, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Where are the shoes?
Remember, before you say anything, the shoes match the bag.
I'll never be able to walk in them.
New Eddie Murphy movie.
This hasn't been released at the cinema yet.
Exactly.
So somebody's knocking out copies already.
Well, looks like it, doesn't it?
Blimey. Look, Ted, if we're going out, can I quickly grab something from the canteen?
No.
Ted, I'm starving.
We can pick up something on the way.
It'll be cheaper from the
It'll be
canteen.
completely inedible. Oh, sorry, Claire. Oh, tasty. Very tasty. If that doesn't jog their memories, nothing will. Women who wear red shoes don't wear knickers.
Are you coming on a recon with us, Sarge?
You must be joking. I wouldn't have seen dead with you blokes. Dashwood's in charge today.
Yeah, but we're all going to be on the telly, isn't that right,
On the telly? I didn't know they were bringing back the wooden tops.
New Eddie Murphy film.
It's a bit of a fuss, this one, isn't it?
Well, the media got hold of it, didn't they? You know, attractive young woman disappears in broad daylight, mystery man in white car. What are the police doing about it?
What are the police doing about it?
Same as usual, paperwork.
Is reconstruction being staged for their benefit or ours?
We're keeping quiet about it, Tom, but Thames Valley think they might have had a similar situation last year.
Yeah?
Yeah. But this is not going to take place at all unless people start putting their fingers out. Oh, it's about time. Where's Ackland?
She's just changing her radio. She'll be outside in a minute.
Here you go, Sarge. That was enough of those there.
Oh, well done, Reg. Very good, yeah.
Bit of a change to have some glamour in the CAD room, eh, Reg?
Well, say. Oh, I'll tell you what, though, Claire. You do not look like her, eh? Don't you, Sarge?
Oh, yeah, there's a passing resemblance, I suppose.
I mean, I'm surprised no one's mentioned it.
Actually, they do say everyone's got a double somewhere in the world, you know, someone who looks exactly like them.
Oh, yeah, where's yours? Out of Mongolia?
I don't know, but I once saw the spitting image of Reg here at the reptile house at the London Zoo.
Aye.
Come on, Claire, this could turn nasty. See you later.
Have a nice day.
Good luck, Claire. love.
Yeah, good luck.
Thanks.
Break a leg.
No, but that is staggering, though, innit, Sergeant? The resemblance between her and that missing woman.
Chlamydia. Oh, yes, and here she is, the star of the show, WPC, Claire Breen.
Come on, you lot, get in. It's a job of work, not a day trip to the seaside.
There you go. So what's the name of this geezer we've got this warrant out for, the name?
Churchill. Barry Churchill. Seems he's earning himself a few bob knocking off copies of videos from the States. Pre-release.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's only a piddling little operation, but it seems to aggravate him something chronic. Never messed with the Federation Against Copyright Theft. God, it's hot.
Come on, let's have you. Quick, quick. All right, Stamp, Ramsey, let's have you here. First things first, we'll have the signs out. Let's have 2 down the far side, drop this side, and a couple in the middle. Right. Good vantage points, right? June, handle the journalists with you, love. Look, I'm sure they know as much as we do, but it's bound to be one half-wit amongst them who does the gardening page, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Come on, Claire. Smile. Yeah, take the clipboard. Yeah, do that, will you? Yeah, Tony, let's have one other side as well.
Okay, Sarge.
Hello, Dolly. How's business?
Rotten, could be better.
Are you the TV people?
Oh, yes.
Hello, I'm Sergeant Peters, Sun Hill.
Hello, Sergeant. Emma Wintour, London Local.
Go, everything all right?
Yes, thanks. Just setting up.
But if you wouldn't mind moving the car, it's not in the way at the moment, but, you know, as soon as we get started, it could be a problem.
Yes, of course. Darren,
Anywhere around the corner, mate, OK? Fine.
when are you expected to start?
Shouldn't be long now, just setting up the signs, give us 5-10 minutes, all right?
That's great. And we've got to drop this off at Euston and then get down to Balham to cover a man who's sitting in a bath of custard for charity.
As long as he's not doing it for pleasure. Ah, cheers, June. I'll leave you to it, OK?
Oh, before you go, Sergeant, is there a DC Dashwood around?
Yeah, he's just coming down from Sun Hill now. Look, I'll point him in your direction, all right?
It'll only be a few words to Cameron, nothing to worry about.
Is this the place? It don't look much.
Come on, what do you want him to do? Hang a sign saying Long John Silver's video services?
Silly, isn't it? I mean, look, he's not hurting anyone. He's only going to make a dent in Steven Spielberg's millions, is he?
Oh, give over, Jim, before you put a dent in my brain. Mr. Churchill?
Sorry?
Barry Churchill.
Never heard of him. Who are you?
Police officer, Sun Hill. Is Mr. Churchill here?
No.
You know where he is?
No. Goodbye.
Hold it, hold it! We've got an accident, have we, sir?
No, we haven't. Look, if you don't mind, I can't stand here rabbiting all day. I'm a businessman. I've got work to do, so push off. Hey, what do you think you're doing? You need a warrant.
Not when there's blood all over the place. Where's Churchill?
I told you I've never heard of him.
Don't give me that. This place is rented in his name.
Well, he's gone. He sublet it to me weeks ago. Hey, what do you think you're doing? This place is private.
What's your name?
Bentley, Eric Bentley.
What line of business are you in, Bentley?
Oh, this and that. Entertainments, promotions.
Entertainments? Really?
We might have seen her. How do you know?
I just know, now clear off.
Oh, go on.
What?
Let's be on television.
Who would want to see your ugly faces on a television?
I thought it'd be real cool.
What'd be well cool is if you both got lost before I start asking questions why you're not at school.
We're sick.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
We are. We've just been to the doctors.
What you got then?
It's what's known as the Ferris Bueller syndrome. Life moves pretty fast. Don't stop and look round once in a while. You could miss it.
Important witnesses, Pete.
Sweet.
All set, Claire?
No.
What are you talking about? This could be your big break. You could be the new Juliet Bravo.
Oh, thanks, Mark. Terrific.
Oh, hello, Mike. You got a minute?
Yeah, sure, Sarge.
London Local.
Oh, they're here, are they?
Yeah,
Good.
I said I'd point you in their direction. They want a quick word to Cameron.
Sorry?
They want to do a quick interview.
They didn't mention an interview on the phone.
I want one.
Oh.
Well, you are the officer in charge of the investigation.
Yeah, only because Ted Roach lumbered me with it. Claire, is this tie all right? I've got another one in the car.
This one of your teeth, Mr. Bentley? Some poor sod took a right battering here, didn't he? That your idea of entertainment, is it? Find a couple of blokes desperate for cash, stick them in a ring and let them go at each other with bare knuckles until one of them is wearing his face back to front? That's how it works, isn't it? Winner takes all.
Something like that.
All of 50 quid, and you clean up. Noble science. Ted? Ted, over here, quick! Oi, this way. You stick with me. God almighty. How long has it been like this?
Not long.
How long?
Since last night, about 12 o'clock.
Sarge, it's Carver.
That's nearly 11 hours. You're lucky he's not dead.
The doctor took a look at him, said it was all right.
What was he, a doctor of philosophy?
They usually come round, they're as right as rain.
Right as rain? Look at him.
Look, I didn't force him to fight.
Look at him.
Don't let's have a load of grief. It was just one of those things.
What would you have done if he'd croaked? Dump him in a skip?
I always have a good relationship with the police. Where are you from? Sun Hill?
1, illegal gambling. 2, conspiracy to commit grievous bodily harm. 3...
Great, we'll be out the front. The ambulance and car are on its way, Sarge.
Look, we're all businessmen, you know what I mean? I don't need aggravation. Be worth your while.
Would it?
Yeah. I mean, what are we talking? A fur coat for the girlfriend, nice car, holiday. Got a mate who owns a hotel in Barbados.
3, attempting to bribe a police officer. I think your showbiz days are over, Mr. Bentley.
Aren't we going back with him to the station?
Nah, leave him stew for a while. It won't hurt him. First, we need to find Churchill.
Well, look what I found inside. Bentley wrote Churchill's new address on this, ready for posting.
Well, what are you waiting for? Pat in the head and a boiled sweet? Let's go. Right, let's get this over with.
Hang on a minute, Sarge. What's his name? Stapleton?
Nothing rings any bells.
Well, not really, no.
Thanks for your time.
If you do remember anything, you contact us on
Yes,
the police
will
station.
do.
Okay,
All
thank you,
right.
madam. Next.
Anything?
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, she's been beamed up by Scotty. Nobody round here saw anything.
No, it's a lost cause. Where's Claire?
It's funny. She's probably decided to go home.
No, she has to come around the corner. Come on.
She's going to look right perhaps if she's been kidnapped too.
Well, she did say she was a sucker for dark men in white hatchbacks.
I don't know.
June, have you got a plaster? My feet are killing me.
Sierra Oscar 7 from Sierra Oscar. From Sierra Oscar.
Come in, Sarge.
Chip, PFC shows a green Ford Escort van, registration A173SUR. Keeper since 1987, 1 Berry Churchill.
Figures.
And with regard to Mr. Stapleton, there's an outstanding failure to appear against his name.
Right, get Dashwood down here.
Sierra Oscar 7 to Sierra Oscar 6. Come in, Mike.
Sierra Oscar 6, Dashwood receiving. Can I call you back, Jim?
6 Shadwell Street. Your presence is required urgently. Over.
I'll call you back in a couple of minutes, Jim, OK? Dashwood out. Sorry about that.
That's okay, we can edit round it. Mr. Running?
Yeah, sure.
I'll just ask you the question again.
Yeah.
Detective Constable Dashwood, are you following any specific leads in the case of Lisa Viggers?
So what we're going to do, wait? For what? For Stapleton to come out and drive away? Or for Poncy Dashwood to finish blow-drying his hair or whatever he's doing? Come on.
Yeah, do that, will you? Thanks, Tony. Well done. And well done, Claire.
Thanks, Sarge.
Right, back to the Nick for a nice cup of tea and after your feet, eh?
Did we come up with anything?
Blisters.
Thanks a lot, Claire. Well done.
If you're not down here in 2 minutes, I'll hang you up by your own levels.
Yeah, OK, Ted, I'm on my way.
Can I help?
I think you've done enough for one day, don't you? We're Mr. and Mrs. Viggers, Lisa's parents.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realise.
No, we've been keeping a low profile. We don't want to keep you. You must be tired.
Oh, that's all right.
My wife and I would like to thank you for what you've done
Excuse
today.
me, wind your backs, please.
Thank all of you.
We did speak to Sergeant Dashwood a little while ago, but he said there'd been no fresh information, at least not yet.
Well, maybe when it's shown on the telly.
Yes. Hopefully it will jog somebody's memory.
Or somebody's conscience.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Somebody out there knows what happened to our daughter. That's the worst part, you see, that not knowing. You look so much like her. If only your hair were just a little longer.
Better be off, man, yeah? It's been a long old day.
Yes, you're right. Thank you so much.
Dave's out the back. Why don't you go get him to put the kettle on? You all right there, mate?
Oh, yes, Saints. I'm just browsing.
Not a bad one you got there.
Hey? Oh.
Afternoon.
What? That one's Churchill, the other one's Stapleton. He's just popped out the back. I think there's at least one other bloke there with him.
Well, Dashwood's on his way, so he claims, so we just hang around.
Is there anything in particular you gentlemen are looking for? I might be able to help.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
No, it was all right. Her parents were there, you know.
Her parents?
Yeah, they came up and thanked me. Well, thanked all of us for what we'd done. They were really nice.
Yeah, well, the relatives of victims often are. Never mind, Claire.
She's dead, June.
Hey, come on.
Avenging Angel? No, that won't come out on video for a good 18 months yet. I mean, we've only just got E.T. and that's what, 6 years old now?
Well, what about the new Eddie Murphy film? My mate saw that on video the other night and said it was brilliant.
Beverly Hills Cop 2?
No, the one that's just come out.
Sounds like this friend of yours got hold of a pirate copy somewhere.
Oh, didn't he get it from here? He is a member of your club.
What's his name?
Stapleton. Tim Stapleton.
No, I don't know him.
No? Well, didn't you just send him out the back to make a cup of tea?
Yeah, just a minute.
Police, you're nicked. Jim?
Barry Churchill, I have a warrant for your arrest. You do not have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you do say may be given in evidence.
Seen any good films lately?
Ah! Oi!
All units chasing...
Suspect, Service Road, parallel to Collier Street. 330, on my way.
Police, stop!
You pillock.
End of story.
Nice one, Robin. Good of you to join us, mate.
And they probably threaten my ability to have children. High-heeled shoes do that.
Only if you use them as contraceptives, Claire.
Oh, this has all been one big joke to everybody today, hasn't it? I was meant to be going out tonight.
Yeah, well, you still can, can't you?
Oh, I can just see me hobbling around the dance floor.
You'll be all right after a Radox bath. Yeah, come on. You're going to miss the news. You'll be on in a minute.
Spare me.
No, you can't take the video home, Carver.
Why not, Sarge?
Because I want to see it.
It's on in 5 minutes. It's not fair. It's on in 5 minutes. Robin, 5 minutes. What? 5 minutes for news.
Hey?
In the recreation room.
Burrow was merely facing up to financial realities, a process that was long overdue. He added that any predictions at this stage as to the effects of premature and
Don't mind your head.
Police in East London today staged the reconstruction of the last known movements of missing woman Lisa Viggers, who disappeared 13 days ago. Emma Winter reports.
A 27-year-old single woman from Stockholm, who works for a local firm of solicitors, was last seen at the corner of Monkswell Street and Bourne Road.
Mamsie! That's out of order.
Police are applying for witnesses. Are you following any specific leads in the case of Lisa Viggers?
Yes, we're particularly anxious to trace the driver of the white hatchback, if only to eliminate him from our inquiries.
Or bang him up for 15
Obviously,
years.
after 2 weeks, we're becoming increasingly concerned for the welfare of Miss Viggers. If anybody out there thinks they've seen anything, a man and a woman acting strangely in a car, perhaps, then I urge them to contact the incident room at Scannell.
Look, it's me! Broad daylight has raised fears for the safety of all women in London. And do you have a number people can phone if they have any information?
Yes, the number is 246-8041, or you can contact your local police station.
This is London Local in East London.
Hollywood next up, eh?
Well, now London's weather. With 2 periods, temperatures reaching the maximum of 60 Celsius. 60.
CID Sun Hill, Dashwood speaking. Yes, that's right. A white GTI? Uh-huh.
Every move you make, everything you make, every time you smile, I'll be watching you. Every move you make, every smile you fake, I'll be watching you. Hey, that's my boy.
Shut up!
Quick. Too much porridge has given you umpty back, my son.
Let's get out of here. Will you sit up before we get done for gross? I can't be seen, it's dangerous.
Bottle never was one of your strong points.
It's my reputation. You never had one.
Plunk click, Alfie.
Sergeant Cryer.
Brownlow here.
Oh, good morning, sir.
Where's Hollis?
He hasn't arrived yet, sir.
Well, tell him I want the morning report on my desk immediately, or we'll be staring at point duty in the rain.
Right, sir.
How's the inspection correspondence coming on?
Oh, we're winning, sir.
Squeaky clean, Bob. Any problem, I must be informed immediately.
Of course, sir.
You can do my shoes if you like.
I'm not getting stitched up with dabs.
What kind of world do you inhabit, Alfie?
You could be wired for all I know.
This isn't my advice, you prat.
You've got to be as wide as a fat lady's Carver in this trade.
I'm beginning to think your sand's run out. What's up?
Can you not go a bit slower?
Listen, you
low life. Earache from you I don't need. Now, what you got for me?
You promise you'll take my name off the computer?
SP, mister.
All right, you made your point. Please.
Trust me. Now, tell me what you got.
What do you expect me to do about it? Computers like that.
Well, four-sprong technique, as they say.
It's the third time this week that tin sod's let me down.
I deal with people.
It's diabolical. Huh? Hang on by my eyelashes and they lumber me with this heat.
Look, have you seen Hollis?
No, I don't want to. Oh, you looking for me, son?
Where the hell have you been hiding?
I'm changing the dressing on my veruca.
What a shame.
Well, it was sore enough.
Look, I'm not interested in NIS. I need a hand with the puking drunk.
Oh, no!
No arguments. Come on.
Yeah, the boss will be screaming for his morning report. Look, will you get out of here before I stick this up your federated orifice? There's no gauntlet.
Come on.
On your bike. Clear it. Next time I see you, pal, you better have something that's slightly more mouth-watering than 5,000 disposable nappies on offer. Shut the door.
Taffy, the very man you'll do. I want you to go around to all the offices and there's a form on every desk. So just pick them up and bring them to me after you've had your grub, right?
Every form? That's unreasonable.
No, just visit every office, grab the inventories, right?
Inventories?
Yeah, yes, I know, and get them to me after you've had your grub.
So stick a short handle broom up.
Yes, I heard that.
I shouldn't be in here anyhow.
Never mind all that shouldn't be in here. I should be in here.
Hollis, come on! Oh, out! Hurry up, Hollis.
Oh, magic. Yeah, find a space or something.
Don't the bastards get you down, Sarge?
Yeah,
well, you might as well worry about your weight and all.
Oh, cheers. You all right?
Yeah, it's just early as a pig. Anything I can do?
No. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Find Smith and check that against that rust box out in the yard, will you?
Yeah.
Good girl.
Ellison. Right then, Mr. Flash Detective Inspector.
Nobody. You try behaving yourself.
That time up the birds or something. I don't know how he gets away with it.
Stealth for the big boys upstairs, doesn't he?
Now, come on, behave yourself.
Look, I don't care. That's you.
Go on, get out of it, boy.
Well.
Don't do nothing behind you, I'm telling you.
Oi, knackerbrain. Is this yours?
He's bailed, sir.
Bailed?
Yeah.
Still falling down. He's legless. Get your hands off my motor.
I'll find out where.
Get your hands off my motor.
I'll find out where you live.
You do what? I get rid of this before I put my foreign junk on. Clear off. It's even got a British car. Come on, mate. Get out of it.
You're looking remarkably fit.
What to drop?
Don't put yourself down, darling. I like a woman with strong sinews and a mind of her own.
What the hell are you doing? What the? Yes, sir.
Fate! Me coming to work at this neat.
Yeah, kismet.
All right, so my dialogue stinks.
Oh, whatever gives you that idea?
Just the way I am. A bit rough.
Nah, go away with your girl.
You're deep.
Yeah, maybe.
But something tells me, underneath that figure-hugging boiler suit, there's a raver trying to burst out.
Not noted for your finesse, are you?
No. So how about it?
Actually, it's a toy boy I'm after.
You wind me up, darling. I'll go all night.
Anything that moves.
Oh, thanks very much. Charming.
Fancy your chances then?
Certainly don't fancy yours, Yorkie.
Oi!
Oh, job for Hollis.
Oi! Are you for real?
I just tried my best.
You're rancid.
Yeah, I fell in some puke, didn't I?
Morning, Alec.
Gov.
Any admitters?
Yeah, got a punter who was found on the roof of the bingo hall last night.
Oh, well, he's a starter for 10.
I think so, Gov. His jaw's wide, isn't it?
We'll have to find some bolt croppers. Always thought you were a practical man, Alec.
It's a system, isn't it?
Yeah, full of tossers.
Morning, Gov.
Don't pass go or collect 200. Punter on the boil. Don't get a cough. You do know what a cough is, don't you?
Sometimes wish I was working for Genghis Khan.
And the next time, Hollis, that you're late for a report, at least have the decency to clean yourself up properly.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. All right, son.
Yes?
Excuse me, sir, it's the inventory check.
I'll make it snappy. I've got a neighbourhood watch meeting at 10 o'clock. The DI?
Yes, sir.
Good. Try not to disturb anything.
Trust nobody, does he?
It's the job, isn't it? Poisons the mind.
If you weren't on the bingo hall roof last night, all right, just give us your name. We've got to know who you are.
Quackity quack, 2 little ducks.
And look, this is serious.
All on its own, number 1.
Now stop playing silly beggars.
House. We have a full house, ladies and gentlemen.
Three sugars.
Yes, Gov.
Why are you walking like a shirt lifter?
Ah, it's a verruca.
You working on some kind of new medical pension?
Oh, listen, Gov. Bloke over the river got one with tinnitus.
What?
That's a buzzing in the ears.
Someone should have told him it was the new phones. Well?
That's a bit delicate, Gov.
Do you blokes ever talk in straight lines?
Detective Constable Dashwood.
Yes.
What is his day off?
Was.
Well, as Fed rep.
Is my cheek twitching?
Well, but he did have less than 8 days' notice.
You're beginning to give me urges, Hollis.
Well, if he asks, I mentioned it.
All right.
Winning, are we?
Comedian. He needs a good kick up the backside.
He's right, Jim. God forbid that we put an innocent man away.
It's just so frustrating.
Yeah, like this guy here with a pain in his trousers. Grabbed a jogger and there's naff all I can do about it.
Well, what about ID?
Oh, she's terrified. Hoping Ackland can come up with a tighter statement from her. Otherwise, he's laughing up his kilt.
Fed matters, mister. Leave it out.
You told him then?
Yeah, you guys think we got no teeth.
So he's giving me a paid day?
Well, I laid it out. Balls in his court.
Oh, let's get this straight. You put it to him.
We're not all running scared.
Bet he put him right behind the old 8 ball.
What's this? Vickers tea party?
Just on our way, Gov.
Had a result yet?
He's a difficult man to interview, Gov.
Difficult? Come on. And you can wipe that smile off your face, Michael, because you're not getting paid. Alec. Keys?
I shall have to enter it, Gov.
Do what you must.
Right, here you go.
Good luck. Come on. Don't get up, mister.
I want a brief.
And I will be.
Free as face, eh?
You, my friend, are going to be interviewed.
By you? No way.
Outside. Close the door.
Any marks, and I'll have you.
Shut up.
Listen, you...
Shut up! That's better. Now, you listen and concentrate. Because this is like Mastermind. I can only accept your first answer. Good. Now we're on the same wavelength. Son!
Right, Jim.
I am investigating serious sexual offences against young children. What? And
Worried?
when you're briefed,
I know the line, son. See, script never changes.
have a chat about man's anatomical burstings. Kids!
Yeah, he's a professional, all right.
I just get this knot in my stomach every time I get involved with him.
Hang on to your shirt tail, son, and just hope he doesn't unload on you.
You are getting your knickers in a twist.
Kids, no way. So I want him here. Now.
That could be a problem, son.
Now!
I'm getting strong vibes that you're denying these offences.
I can't believe this is happening.
Hold on. Am I in the wrong cell? Hey, what are you here for?
You know well enough.
Oh, no, you tell me, pal.
Well, the bingo hall roof.
Is that a fact?
You pig.
Carver! You hear all that?
He heard nothing.
Champion with kids, eh? Nasty.
You're all the same.
Formally.
I have reason to believe you were on the bingo hall roof last night.
Charge him. Then we'll ask for a remand on the child offences.
Right, Gov, that's about the best way.
All right, for crying out loud, just tell us what you want. Oh, I see. Grass. Forget it.
That's all right. Just don't start screaming later.
All right. Just give us a second to think. If I did, what's in it for me?
You could qualify for Neighbourhood Watch.
A walkout?
Yeah.
How do I know you won't stick it to me?
My hand is my heart, son.
Definitely a deal.
This is just a job. We're not all toe rags.
A walkout?
Yeah. As long as you give my friend here a few words on your flying exercise last night. Just so we can box it officially. Shouldn't be a problem. Cogitate. While I sort out minor details. Like bail. A word. Mind how you go, son. Bleeding.
No charge.
Are you a divorced ex-cadet or what? Welfare visit, Alec. And I'll use the cars, you know.
Are you going to tell him or shall I?
Park the car, James.
Sorry, lad. Excuse us.
Oh, two laughing policemen.
Can't you see I'm busy?
A word, Gov.
What are you smiling at?
It's important, Gov.
Wait a second.
Yes.
Well?
There's that bingo bloke. There's, complications.
Yeah?
It's Alfie Dobbs.
What about him?
He's been placed with 5,000 disposable nappies.
So I charge him.
Actually, he's asking for you.
Is he? Double gin, please, man. And a vodka and tonic. Can I have a drink, Michael?
I'm all right.
Go on, have a drink.
Lager.
Pint of Guinness, Gov. Time.
And a lager and a pint of Guinness, please, man. Disposable nappies, eh?
You slimy dog! I was only trying to mend it. You knackered the thing! I was only trying to mend it. Tell him. Sorry, Rich? Hey. Come on, you got to back us.
Oh, I wouldn't shop you normally, Reg, but...
Paid for or replaced by the time I get off.
right?
I think that's very fair, sir.
I'm being stitched up.
Don't forget, by the time I get off, use your initiative.
Oh, I'll bring that statement up for you, Mike.
Thanks, Jim.
You two have grasped me up, and I haven't done it.
It's for lengthy also, that.
This man Dobbs had access to a solicitor.
He was put bang to rights with the nappies, sir.
That's not the point, Alec.
Don't worry, sir. It's all in order.
So I should hope. What's that?
It's a beaver, sir.
Oh, excuse me, sir. There's a Mr. Arrowaz at the counter to see you.
That's a funny 10 o'clock, isn't it? All right, tell him I'll see him.
Do you want to put an entry in his record, sir?
No, just make sure he has his full rights. Put the beaver in its box.
Well, won't you notice it when he sits down?
Yeah, I won't be able to find it though.
How long will the batteries last?
No idea, but I hope it plays for 6 months.
With a bit of luck, it'll drive him off his oversized rocket.
Ali, a little bird tells me that Alfie Dobbs wants to speak to me.
Chief Super says he's got to have a brief.
The man's a prat.
My hands are tied.
Mine aren't. Come on, Ali. That's more like it. This is what happens in the real world. The one that spins.
Make it quick with it.
Alfie!
Well, pleased to see you, Mr. Burnside.
You've been playing both ends against the middle, old son.
It's all in the game, isn't it?
Time you and me put a real one together.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, now you've got a choice. Either put up or go down. And it better be something a bit more tasty than disposable nappies.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're right, Mr. Arrowaz. Neighbourhood watch is the way forward in combating crime at street level.
I think we'll make a very good team, Chief Superintendent.
Billy, you old rascal.
Small world. You working here now?
D.I. We'll have to have a drink.
You two know each other, do you?
Oh, a lot of sherbets flowed under the bridge, hasn't it, Billy?
We have a saying, Mr. Brownlow. Why get measured for a suit when Mr. Burnside could fit you up perfectly?
Yes, well, I'll say goodbye, Mr. Arrowaz. Thank you for coming in. Anything special you wanted to see me about, Frank?
There was, as a matter of fact, yes, sir.
I'll be off then.
See you, Billy. I thought you'd know Billy Arrowaz, Gov.
Why?
Well, he's a registered squad informant.
Are you telling me he's got convictions?
Oh, no. Not while he's got a licence to graft. Anyhow, I wanted to see about authorisation for a level 2 team tomorrow.
Come on, Jude.
I still think there's enough to charge.
You're a woman!
You noticed.
Not on this, though.
Yes, she's genuine.
Business?
It's that indecent assault I was telling you about yesterday.
Has she made another statement covering the points I suggested?
Yes, sir.
We'll charge the prat.
Come on, Gov.
Charge him!
CPS will just pull out.
As soon as I've got to whisper into the scrubs, he'll admit to eating
Well,
Shergar.
it's nice to see somebody being positive.
You want to savour this moment, darling. A senior officer making a decision. Come on, you two. Oi! Come on. Excuse that. About time you two moved up a league. Tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock, we're going to dance with the First Division team.
Oh, Alfie laid this on, did he, Gov?
Who?
As a police officer, you're expected to behave in a reasonable and mature manner. Wouldn't you agree, Edwards?
I totally agree, sir.
Or could you explain to me what I meant to find so amusing about such a juvenile prank?
I'm sorry, sir. Oh. It was meant as a joke, sir.
Well, you better retrieve it at once, hadn't you, Edwards?
Sir.
Where are you going?
The DI's office, sir.
Are you deaf, man?
I owe you a pint, son.
Winning, are we?
Alec, when you got them by the nuts, their hearts and minds were...
problem, ladies?
She's been done over.
Mugged.
Burgled. He's running out the back. Tickets turned over. He's out the back.
Who
Will
is?
she do herself an injury?
Oh, look, it's all right, love. I'll look after
The
you.
policewoman will see you right. Don't touch me.
Look, come on, missus. What's her name?
No, Max.
Look, let's go inside and I'll sort you out.
Don't you touch me. Get him. Get him. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Oh, what's she up to now? Florence! Florence! Oh, stop it! Be careful!
Mrs. Lomax, you
Oh!
832 to Sierra Oscar. 832 to Sierra Oscar. Are you receiving over?
832 from Sierra Oscar.
I'm at 17 Farrar Street. Suspected break-in. The victim's name is Mrs. Lomax. She's elderly, but she's armed.
832, can you repeat, please?
Oh, no. No! Sierra Oscar, urgent from 832.
Sierra Oscar receiving.
She's collapsed. Just get me an ambulance, quickly.
She looks awful. It's a heart attack. Must be.
832 from Sierra Oscar. Claire, this is Sergeant Benny. Claire, are you receiving? Over.
Yeah, 832 receiving. Sarge, I don't know what to
The
do.
ambulance has been called. It's on its way. Over.
Shouldn't you be doing that mouth to mousey?
No. Get me a cushion. A cushion.
She's not going to. She's not, is she?
Look, would you please just go outside and wait for the ambulance now, please? Oh, God. Just stay still. Please. Please just stay still. You silly old
832
man.
from Sierra Oscar. WBC Bryn, are you receiving? Over.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Claire, tell me the exact condition of the patient.
Well, she just keeps flapping about. Oh, God, she stopped.
You've only got a few minutes now until the ambulance gets there. Now, is there any sign of life?
No, she's just still.
Proceed with resuscitation at once.
WBC Bryn, are you receiving? Proceed
With resuscitation at once.
All right. Maintain the airway. Maintain the airway. Oh, why me? Is she... What are her chances?
So I can tell you never know with these old dears. Yes, should you call up your governors?
Yeah. 832 to Sierra Oscar, are you receiving? Over.
Sierra Oscar receiving. What's the situation? Over.
I'm in the ambulance. We're going... Where are we going? We're going to St Agnes's Hospital.
Okay, 832, we'll wait to hear from you. Over.
Okay, we're just going to take you to the seat, just over here. Okay? Put your head between your knees. You'll be all right in a minute. Go on. That's it. She's dead, love. It was probably very quick. Nothing you could have done.
Look, you all right, love? Claire?
All right. What's the matter with her then?
She's just had somebody die on her.
Hiya.
Hello, Ted. Bit of a mess, isn't it?
Amateurs, probably kids.
Professional enough to wear gloves. I'm not finding any prints.
I wonder if she's got any relatives to clear this lot up.
It's not exactly murder.
Pretty damn nearly.
There was a delay between the crime being committed and Mrs. Lomax's death. Bryn's statement bears that out, and so does the neighbours. No, we'll never pin this on Sonny Jim, whoever he is.
So he causes a death and gets away with it?
That's the law. You said this fitted in with a pattern.
There have been 3 similar offences over the last month. All the victims are elderly. They all use the same local day centre, the Salisbury.
So access was gained while they were out at the centre?
Well, he does seem to have some inside info. I mean, he knows when to go, how to get in, where to look.
Any leads?
Burglaries like these don't rate many points, sketchy details. The old dare's dodgy about what's been taken, even. Besides, up to now, he's been very careful.
Yeah, up till now. Well, let's start by getting some new statements from the previous victim, shall we?
I'll arrange to put in a visit at the Salisbury tomorrow.
Good idea.
How you feeling?
Well, I didn't really sleep last night. I just kept seeing her with that look on her face.
It's always bad, the first death. I remember mine. Young kid on a bike really shook me up.
Yeah, I'll bet.
You get used to it.
Yeah?
In this job, you have to.
Yeah.
You've got to be in charge, so you get tough. Understand?
Yes, Sarge.
Good girl.
All right, Claire. Let's go.
You're going to have to be very convincing. Can I have your attention, please, everybody? Will you like to sit down, please? Quickly as you can. Come along. All right, dear? Now, I'd like to introduce you to Inspector Fraser. In the light of recent events, she's come to talk to you on crime prevention.
About bleeding time, too.
Oh, good luck.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yes? Who is it?
Detective Constable Dashwood, Mrs. Tucker, Sunhill Station.
Who?
The police, madam. Here.
You got him yet? Please tell me you got him.
So what we recommend is a mortise or Yale as well as a 5-lever deadlock.
Where are we going to find the dosh for that?
You tell us.
You think the millionaires, do you?
Well, there might be council grants and there may well be money in the police property fund.
When are you going to find it? That's what I want to know.
That's right.
We're doing all we can, I promise.
You'll die for you lot taking in notice.
Like that poor Mrs. Lomax. Yeah. Who's going to be next, eh?
That's why it's important to try and prevent burglaries happening in the first place.
You've got a nerve, lady.
Go and do your job.
Well, let's just try
Most
and...
of us have got something worth nicking, you know.
Yes, I'm sure you have, sir.
Even a few bits of jewellery at my place. Used to belong to the wife, rest her soul.
Yeah.
Now, when are we going to get some satisfaction, eh?
I can't give any assurances.
Why not?
Why not? You have to. Must you go now?
I have to report back to the station, Mrs. West. I can't stop, I'm afraid.
But I'm so scared on my own. Suppose he comes back.
He's not likely to do that. Don't worry, okay? Bye now.
Right.
Receiving, Mike. Go ahead.
Can you pass a message to Ted Roach for me? I've just finished with the last of the statements, Mrs. West. These are very frightened ladies. I pressed them on the suspect angle. The only possible lead any of the 3 can come up with is a Terry Newton. He's doing community service down at the Salisbury. I'm on my way over to check him out. I'll report back. Over.
Message received, Mike.
Less money to live on, fewer council provisions. It's all part of the mentality which says you don't really matter.
But that one with a lot to say for himself.
Oh, you mean Morris, Mr. Harvey? Quite a handful, isn't he? He's on his own. Nobody left in the family comes to see him apart from a nephew. I think being at the Salisbury is his chance to sound off.
You're telling me.
You come across a Terry Newton yet?
No.
He's doing community service here. About 18.
There's that boy at the back with the mop.
Interesting.
I'd like to have a word with him. Do you know who's in charge?
Mrs. Lee over there, lady in the blue.
Thank you, Mark. Mrs. Lee?
Yes?
Detective Constable Dashwood, Sunhill. I'd like to have a word with Terry Newton, please.
Perhaps I can help.
Oh, Mr. Wickham is Terry's probation officer.
Oh, is he?
You two know each other?
Yes, we've met before.
I think our conversation should be confidential, don't you?
No,
Just
why
leave it
not?
there. Well, just...
You're going to do this for the rest of your life, are
No,
you?
why don't you just leave me alone,
Oh,
eh?
get out of it.
Look, just go away and leave me alone. Get away!
So, we can expect your usual level of cooperation?
My client's interests are my first priority.
All I'm saying is your client may be asked to assist with our inquiries.
And I'm saying that he's keeping his nose clean. So I don't want you harassing him, Dashwood, okay?
I'll bear it in mind.
Coppers.
Some information, Hollis.
Oh, your wish is my command, ma'am.
A name I picked up sort of recognised, Maurice Harvey.
Oh, yeah. Now, there is a well-established face. H. Maurice Alfred Harvey. What's he up to now, then? Back in the fencing game again, is he?
Oh, he was a fence, that's it.
Oh, yeah, he takes back to the days of the twins. He was still in business till a few years ago. Mind you, he must be getting well past it now. There you are.
Yeah, that's him, all right. Known contacts?
Mostly dead. They've gone.
What about Terry Newton? He's the most obvious suspect, surely.
You think so, whilst he's still on community service?
Well, to start with, he has the opportunity. I mean, he's there at the centre. He can chat up the old folk, find out all he needs to know about them. It's perfect.
Wickham's supposed to keep an eye on him.
St. Ian believes in the hands-off approach. Very casual, very laid back.
Not while he's protecting his clients. He's already been on to Conway about this whole investigation.
I thought he would.
He referred to Newton as a very special case.
Absolutely. Newton was the beneficiary of some very crafty plea bargaining on a mugging charge. Knocking old people over their head and running off with their money is obviously something he finds very easy to do. And we know he's been in trouble over drugs. It's in the record.
Wickham says Newton's clean now.
So he's had a complete personality change?
He's the best bet we have. Opportunity, motive, form.
And Wickham breathing down our necks.
Well, the more worked up he gets, the more suspicious I am. I have a hunch about this, Ted. I really do.
So, how do you want to play it then?
Put a tail on Newton tomorrow, with backup if necessary. Just see what happens.
Suspect leaving the Salisbury at 10:16 and following. Request standby backup, over.
OK, Sierra Oscar, we're on our way.
On a wild goose chase.
Dashwood sold on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Winkworth Street. Good. Sierra Oscar from DT Dashwood, we're going in. Come on, lads, this way.
Oh, nice of you to drop in, guys. Well, what do you think of me colour scheme?
I don't know what he was on about. Mine looked all right to me.
Ah, well, he is on probation. Dashwood hates that bloke Wickham. Can't say I blame him. Talk of the devil.
You were out of order. Way out of order.
We had every reason to believe there was a burglary.
He was decorating for somebody at the centre.
Yes, alone and they're flat.
What do you think community service means, Sergeant? It means giving back to those people you've taken from or abused. Now, I'd built up a relationship of trust with Terry, but once a thief, always a thief to you.
Okay.
The easy solution every time, isn't it? Just so you don't have to think.
Ted, there's been another break-in. A neighbour found the victim an hour ago, Mr. Ellis.
Found?
He's in hospital unconscious.
The easy solution, Sergeant. But not the right one.
We'll get no statement from him today.
How can anyone beat up an old bloke like that?
They don't give a toss, Ken. You should know that by now.
Probably drugs.
Who knows?
Mike Dashwood around.
He's out, Gov. Can I help?
I've had that pill at Wickham on my back again. He reckons we're hounding his boy Newton. What's Dashwood up to?
It was legit, Gov. He had good reason to believe that an offence was being committed.
Yeah, egg on our face all the same, though.
Just a mistake.
Anyway, we've admitted that Newton's squeaky clean now, have we?
Sure.
And I can assure Wickham that Dashwood won't go near the boy again, can I?
Not quite, Gov.
What? Ah. Well, you've got to hand it to Dashwood. He's a trier, isn't he?
I don't care what you think. I never done the break-ins, and you got nothing on me.
All right, so you didn't do them.
Look, I'm going straight, right? I mean straight, like never again.
A leopard changing his spots.
I'm 18, I've got time to start again.
Yeah, but I think you know who did do the burglaries. I think maybe you gave them the information.
You don't listen, do you?
Don't get cheeky with me, Terry. This is serious. Mr. Ellis was badly beaten. We're talking grievous bodily harm. That's throw away the keys time for a boy like you. And Mrs. Lomax's death was as near murder as makes no difference.
She died after.
She died as a direct result of that break-in. And our youngest woman PC had to deal with it. She's only a couple of years older than you.
What, the young girl? Was here yesterday?
Yeah. On her own, with an old lady dying in her lap. How would you feel about that, Terry? Or aren't you bothered? No joy at all.
I should back off Terry Newton now, Mike.
Thought you were so keen to crack this case. Thought it made you angry.
Yeah, but it's getting political now. You know, there are ways of playing it. The probation service and all that. I mean, Conway's just...
Didn't know you'd taken over writing the advice column for the police review.
Watch it, sunshine.
Sorry, Newton's driving me mad. I know he's involved. Can't find out how.
I want to talk to you about that old woman, Mrs. Lomax. Well, you know all about me, don't you? I mean, I'm on the files, ain't I?
Everyone in the station knows who you are. Your probation officer's seen to that.
Yeah, well, he takes my side. No one else will.
Look, if this is just a runaround...
Yeah, like you was doing after me. Well, some pro bloke was getting done for a couple of bob.
Do you know something about these burglaries, Terry? Is that it? Do you? Look, someone is lying in hospital unconscious with a fractured skull, right? And I watched Mrs. Lomax die, Terry, OK? So do me a favour, please.
Well, it's only a suspicion. I mean, I wouldn't say anything. It's just that Mrs. Lomax, she was a nice old thing. Well, it's this guy, Danny Harvey.
What, is he a friend of yours?
Well, sort of. No, not really. Well, Danny's into smack, trying to deal and all. He wanted me in. I said, no, I'm done with all that. Well, he's got no money. He lives with his uncle. He's got a serious habit to support, you know.
So he's doing the break-ins. But why all old people?
Like I said, he lives with his uncle.
Harvey.
Mr. Morris Harvey? Yeah. Detective Sergeant Roach, this is Detective Constable Dashwood. Can we have a word?
Yeah.
Inside.
You want?
Your nephew Danny, is he in?
Oh, he's gone away.
He kept you company here, did he?
5 kids I had. None of them would come. I asked. Only Danny. He had a drink. He bought me a bit of grub. Kept me in ciggies, played a bit of poker.
He wanted to leave.
Said he'd go and live with his mates. Get that stuff he needed there.
These burglaries. You know much more than you've let on, don't you?
I know all about it.
Is that why you kept him here? To keep you company? You gave him the info, he did the job?
Oh, no, it wasn't only his idea. To see if I could still do it, still had in me. Bit of go. Ambition! You're old, you ain't worth a lot in this world. You get taught down to you like a baby. Well, I was going to have any of that. No way. Still up in marbles. Still a crafty bugger. Hey, you lot fooled, didn't I? And it got out of control. That Mrs. Lomax.
And now Mr. Ellis.
It's all right. I'm having my just desserts, don't you worry. Danny's next door. He's dead.
What? Where?
Bedroom. He was getting desperate. Always needed more and more of that bleeding poison to stuff in him.
There's a pulse. There's definitely a pulse.
Coma?
Probably.
He didn't care where he got it. Anywhere do. He said he'd been to a new man.
He's not dead.
Not dead? No, leave it. Don't. I mean, what's he got to live for? If he comes round, he might be mental, gone in the head. If he comes round proper, he'll be done and back in the slammer. So tell me, copper, what's he got to live for, eh?
What's going on here?
Go on, do your job then. Go on. Public bleeding servant. You got no alternative, have you?
No, I haven't, Mr. Harvey. Ambulance. Flat 34, Linwood Terrace. Drug overdose.
Miss Fawkes?
Come in. Go in here.
Right then, what happened?
Well, we couldn't get no reply, so we started on the lock. Nothing heavy like, no sledgehammer. And then suddenly bang, bang, bang. He shot Graham.
You what?
He shot him through the door. 5 or 6 shots like a friggin' Tommy gun.
Whoa. I wasn't told that this was a shooting.
Well, I'm so flustered I don't believe I... Well, it is quite a shock to find your tenant's got a gun.
You forgot, yeah? Is he still up there?
As far as I know, yes.
You did ask for an ambulance as well, didn't you? Oh, Gordon Bennett.
Sierra Oscar from 351, are you receiving over?
Off home early, sir.
Well, I think I've earned an earlier way this week, Bob. Off to the country.
I hope it stays fine for you then.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Sir! Sir!
Yes, Sergeant, what is it?
Hang on, Bob. There's been a shooting, sir. Potential siege by the sound of it.
Whereabouts?
It's in Levent Road, sir. There's a top floor tenant's holding himself up in his room and he's shot a bailiff.
Dead?
No, sir, just a scratch, but it could have been an automatic weapon of some kind.
Who's on the scene?
Just PC Haynes at the moment, sir.
Right, get me Chief Inspector Conway. Bob!
Yes.
Sir, in glory of the...
I want a capability there as soon as possible. You have been on the negotiators' training course, haven't you, Derek?
Yes, sir, unfortunately.
Well, I'll be there as well, man. Now, I'll act as local coordinator in the absence of Inspector Fraser. Sergeant Cryer, I'll need you as my runner.
Sir.
Sergeant Peters, as many of your relief as you can muster for a cordon, plus a TSG if one's available. Oh, and you better inform the local fire service. This man's an oddball, he may well start a fire. All right, I'll see the rest of you in the yard in 3 minutes. Hello, it's me. Look, I'm afraid I'm going to be rather late.
So, all you know is that his name is Dublin and that he's Irish, yes?
I don't know. I assume he's Irish because of the name. I've never held a conversation with him. I don't mind him being a recluse and holding up the renovations, but he hasn't paid any rent for 6 months. I can't afford... There's been no intimidation. I've tried to communicate with him. I've been through all the proper channels. Court order, eviction notice. It's all here. I know it's very unpleasant, but he has brought it on himself.
Indoors. Can you all stay inside? Yes, madam, thank you.
Smith, got the other end covered as well?
Yeah, there's a traffic unit already up there.
Good. Chief Inspector, one of you on the inside of the door, the other one the cover from the front. Right, sir. Sergeant Peters, 2 of your men down the other end, all right? Right, sir. Carver, stand back. We need an observation point, right?
Stand back.
The house directly opposite number 6, top floor.
Right, sir.
Carver, just you go around the back.
Carver.
Right, quick as you can.
Binoculars.
Through a house.
Stay anyone through. Right, Frank, stay back there.
Okay.
You could just stay back, please.
All set, Bob.
Look, I've told you one.
Right,
Let's do it. On the far side, right? Right. Put alleyway down.
I'll toss you for it. No, Robert. No bless oblige. You get behind the motor. Which floor?
Door facing the stairs, sir. Very top.
Right, you better get the lady out.
Excuse me, madam. It's all right, love. I'm police. Can I come inside the house, please? There's no need to panic. But wait!
Derek, any sign of life? Just my guts turning over, sir.
Set up shop next door, sir. There's somebody in.
No, Sergeant, in here. I don't want to give him the run of the house. That's if he's still up there, of course.
Well, he hasn't got the house inside arrived, sir. I'm certain of that.
And before? In the confusion while you were phoning us or attending to the wounded man. Is there a back door?
Yes, through the kitchen.
I've checked it out, sir. I didn't see anything.
Right.
Is it likely that he would have shut his door upstairs behind him, sir, if he was going to do a runner under that situation?
Who can tell, Sergeant?
आशा दरवाजा खोलो पुलिस तुम्हारा कमरा इस्तेमाल करना चाहती है
I'm really sorry to have to budge you like this.
It's all yours.
Thank you very much, sir.
चलो चलो बाहर
What about the other officers?
Go ahead, Jim.
Have established observation point. Over. Not quite. It's the next one along. But I am on the same level as the top floor of number 6, and I can see the window clearly, but I can't see inside. There's a very thick curtain. Over.
Thanks, Jim.
Notify any movement immediately, okay? Over.
That's as far as you go today, sir.
It's all right, son. I've got business in Levanter.
No, not this afternoon, you haven't. Skip.
Yep.
Inspector Halleck, firearms squad.
Oh, no battle wagon then.
It's on its way. Sergeant Towers and I always like to travel quietly. Number 6, is it?
Yeah, that's right, sir. This way. Chief Superintendent Brownlow, he's coordinating it, sir.
Oh, we're on it. Take a look, Sergeant.
Down there, sir, about 150 yards on your right. Good luck.
from Unit 6, message received.
Thank you very much.
Everything all right, Bob? Look, do you think Miss Foulkes might be safer next door?
No, she'll be all right here. If you want to stay, of course, madam. A bit of luck and knowledge might come in useful.
Is it all right if I use your toilet, love?
Oh, yes, of course. It's just through there.
Thanks.
So, there's been one burst of gunfire and the man hasn't been seen to leave. Therefore, we must assume that he's still alive in his room with an automatic weapon that he's not afraid to use. Try to make contact yet, sir?
No, I thought it best to wait for you and your team to arrive.
And your chief inspector's doing the negotiating.
Yeah, well, why else do you think I took promotion?
Technical support unit on its way?
Should be, yes.
Canteen van?
You really think we're going to be that long?
My sole purpose is to keep the situation safe. At the moment, everyone's alive. If that's not the case at the end of the day, then I haven't done my job.
All right. Canteen van, Melvin, please.
Zero from 416 receiving, over.
Well, can you go out the back?
No, I can't.
Well, look, all I'm trying to say...
How long's it going to take me to dodge along there, for God's sake?
Long enough for you to get yourself shot, sir.
There's nothing to be alarmed about, but if you can just stay at the back of the house, don't come near the front windows, OK?
OK. Thank you.
It's 5 holes, 1 bullet so far. Well, could be anything sub-caliber. PBSH, Toggereff, even an old Mauser.
Maybe it's his last 5, eh?
And maybe he's got 10 or 11 more in his clip.
Or even 10 or 11 more clips.
After you.
Mr. Dublin. Mr. Dublin, can you hear me? Mr. Dublin. My name's Derek. I thought you'd like to know there's no harm done. The man who was outside when you fired your gun is okay. Do you understand that? He's not badly hurt, just a scratch. What I'd like you to do is leave the gun in the room, open the door, come out and we'll have a little chat. Okay? Look, I know you've got problems, and I'd like to help. Everybody would. So do you think you could do that? Just come out and have a little chat. Perhaps you could tell me your first name. Like I said, mine's Derek.
Oh, thanks a lot, that's lovely.
Under no circumstances, Sergeant. And if any of them push their luck, nick 'em. Out. Perhaps we should let them through. Sometimes I think they're the only good journalist is a dead one.
My brother was on the Telegraph once. Chess correspondent.
Sir?
Yeah?
So I've just found this in the hallway. Look, I wasn't being nosy, love. There were just a few old letters by the door. Been there quite some time, I should think.
I know, they're hopeless upstairs.
Yes, what is it?
Well, it's addressed to Lublin. It looks like some sort of circular, but it's from Poland. Well, Lublin's a Polish name. I just wondered if it could be the man upstairs, and we've got his name wrong. D-U-B instead of L-U-B.
I thought you said he was Irish.
I told your young man I don't know.
Well, look, there's this really old rent book as well. Could be an L.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah?
Do we want any social workers?
Is there anything you want, Mr. Dublin? anything we can get you before you come out.
Sir, do you speak Polish?
Technical support, Carver.
There.
Straight up.
Right side.
Hello, Roger.
All right, Don. Keith. All right. Where do you want us?
In there's favourite. Bullets came from that door, so watch yourself.
Mike, beyond the shield.
Okay.
How you doing?
No. I'm waiting for an interpreter.
Shh. Movement. Sergeant, arrest that mouse.
How would you get all the hedgehogs in the world on this matchbox? I don't know.
Cup of tea, please, love.
Calling on hedgehogs. Calling on hedgehogs.
Have you seen this?
Three queens.
Who's winning then?
He is. All proceeds to my retirement fund.
The sooner this is over, the better. Tonight?
Come on, leave it out. Wait, what are we going to stop that?
We go home when they've got the whole...
How long have they been in there?
Sarge?
Oh, great. Tap. No coffee?
No, Sarge.
Get us a sandwich.
I don't know what's going to happen if David and Franny aren't allowed in by 8 o'clock. They both have lessons then. Depend on the money, you see. Don't worry.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, good God, sis. Good God.
Try him with a drink. Offer him a bottle of vodka or something.
Dzień dobry, panie Lublin. To znowu Tomaszewska. Ma pan ochotę na drinka? Małe, doskonałe wódeczki, panie Lublin. Czycze pan butelki? Panie Lublin. Panie Lublin.
Mr. Hallett. Mr. Brownlow wants a word with you downstairs.
Again.
Keith? What? Can you give us a hand a minute?
No niech pan się pokaże, panie Lublin. Dlaczego pan nic nie mówi? A może wódeczki? Panie Lublin.
Perhaps he's on the wagon. How are we doing with the probes?
Half an inch to go.
Yeah, well, let's hope you don't come up behind the wardrobe again, eh?
We've been holed up here for the best part of 4 hours. I appreciate the need for caution, but in the circumstances...
Circumstances are exactly the same now as they were 4 hours ago, sir.
Except that I've got a street full of people out there trying to get to their homes and a local MP complaining about police overkill.
Perhaps he'd like to come in and be first through the door.
Look, I've just said... I have just said that I appreciate the need for caution, but this situation is in danger of drifting rather than being under control.
Come on. Anything else? 20 pence. Thank you. 25. Are you any trouble?
Sorry?
Levent Road.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Not Miss Fawkes, I hope?
Nah. Top floor tenant. Polish guy, apparently.
Oh, the Polish man.
Do you know him?
I thought he had gone. Haven't seen him for months. Used to buy breakfast cereal. Always breakfast cereal.
Did you ever speak to him at all?
Nah, there's no point. He's deaf. Look, I realise that it is an inconvenience. So
It's my ass and I'm going to
no,
it.
not until I say so, all right?
Until you say, just get stuck.
You're not crossing this cordon yourself.
Hey,
Don't be silly.
You wait a minute. Take that down. Sit in there and keep quiet.
Keep quiet. Yes, darling.
Excuse me, right now, I'm worried about my rice pudding.
Oh, yeah, what number?
Number 15, ground floor.
Yeah.
It's only on a low gas, but the oven's ever so temperamental. I wouldn't want it to spoil.
All right. Edwards, find a back way into number 15 and turn this lady's oven off, all right? Off you go.
It's the gunman.
Afraid not, love, no.
If he is deaf, there is no point in trying to communicate with him.
Let's just keep our cool, shall we, sir? Well, we've got that no accidents are going to happen.
It's obvious, man.
If the man is deaf, Mr. Brownlow, if he hasn't heard a thing, he's going to get quite a shock when we come charging through that door. He's going to panic, and deaf men can still pull a trigger. 16 shots with one squeeze from a Mauser.
So when do you intend making a move?
I think it's safe.
Someone said you needed relieving.
Yeah, I've been sitting here with my legs crossed for the last hour.
What a circus over there. Deaf, he's probably tunneled up by now. We should have gone straight in. Bang. You know what the trouble is with this job today? Too much heavy thinking.
Well, perhaps it's not a wardrobe. Perhaps it's got a wall-to-wall bookcase.
We'll be all right this time, sir.
Yeah. Well, it's a pity this thing's no good either.
I've told you, sir, that could be a man's body heat on there.
Yeah, or it could be an electric fire. Anyway, when you've joined up all those nice little holes you're drilling, we can lift the roof off and have a look, can't we? What do you reckon?
She said it was gas. Not number 15, then?
Still no joy, Don. But I don't reckon he's in there, to be honest.
Don't you? Dog handler.
Sir.
In there.
You do?
Reckon it's time we found out.
Don't fancy being a dog.
Ever try shooting straight with 50-pound of Alsatian jumping at you? I haven't lost one yet. Sergeant Cryer, tell your chief we're going in.
Right.
Bring up the lamp.
9-2.
Brownlow, turn that thing off, will you? Right, understood. They're going in.
You better stay here, love, all right?
Something in the way. Take off the lamp.
Yes, sir.
Ready? Dog. Go, go, go!
Well done, Don. Keep back. It's coming now. Give him back. Give us the space. Come on,
Come on, Peters, get him out.
I will, sir. Keep him back. Keep him back. Why did you do it? Why did you do it?
Back off, mate.
I'm contacting CID. They're on their way. Aren't you two there yet?
We're just turning into the road now, Sarge. Mr. Sansom?
Yes, that's the house. It's upstairs.
You found it, did you?
No, I didn't find it. Mr. Kelly found it.
Where is Mr. Kelly, please,
He's
Mr.
upstairs
Sansom?
now with the body.
Okay.
Yeah, she ain't got no clothes on.
12 years? 15 in all. I had 3 years as a wooden top. You've been at DC for 12 years? Yep. Now you're asking yourself, how come he stayed at DC for so long, right? Yeah, well, as it happens, Tosh, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, I knew you were.
Stinks of gas.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
You
honest.
Mr. Kelly?
Yes, yes, it was me who found her. I hadn't done nothing.
Wait outside.
What's the matter?
You heard what I said? Wait outside.
Outside, please, Mr. Kelly. Taff? Taffy? Do you think he was...
You been on a suicide job before, Jim? Yeah, 1 or 2. I've been on dozens. Makes you think about life. Forces you to ask yourself a lot of questions. Makes you very angry as well.
Thought you were lumbered with that suicide number.
Do I look that silly? No, Tosh and Jimmy are on it, and the best of Bridget. Hello! Yes, I'd like to book a table for 2, please. Yes, for tonight. 8:30 for 9? Roach. Yes, thank you very much.
Again? You must have it bad.
All I did was book a table at a restaurant.
As my old mum used to say, it'll all end in tears. People are beginning to talk, Ted.
Mike, you're obviously confusing me with someone who gives a monkeys.
You can get nicked for parking on the pavement, you know.
Oh, I love it when you talk dirty to me, Viv. What's the score then, sweetheart?
18-year-old female. Looks like suicide by gas.
Oh, yeah.
Butane, you know, one of them portable jobs. Bloke living in the ground floor flat, came home from night shift, smelt the gas, went upstairs to investigate and found the body.
If we don't oppose bail, it'll look suspect.
Ted, you've got to stop thinking like you and start thinking like him. Lenny Pless hasn't got a brain. He'll be so chuffed at getting his liberty, he'll never cotton on.
He'll do a runner. He'll have it away in his arches the moment he's outside that courthouse.
I'll have a brown one with you, that he leads us straight to Danny Wilson. And that's a tow rag I'm after. Morning, Inspector.
Morning.
Right, well, we'll let him run for a while. I've just got to have a word with the Inspector. Inspector?
Yes, Sergeant. Look, I'm due in a meeting.
Tonight I booked a table for 8:30.
Ted, I thought we'd agreed.
No harm done. I'm just filling you in on the Pless case.
It's not that stupid. Look, I've got to go.
Look, I know I broke our rule, but I can't help it. You have that effect on me.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
I want to sleep and never wake up again.
But she's only a kid.
Was, son. Was a kid. I don't care for this world anymore, and nobody cares for me. Jenny Clayford. Socko?
Yeah, on their way.
What about this bloke downstairs, the bloke who found her?
Mr. Kelly?
Yeah, him. Bit of a pervert, you reckon, do you?
I told you what we saw when we came in.
What did you see, love?
The man was moving away from the body in a highly suspicious manner.
Yeah, well, people react in lots of ways to a body. A sort of morbid fascination. Find me the typewriter, Tuffy.
Eh?
The note was typed. She must have a typewriter somewhere.
Oh, come in. I'll make it quick, will you? As you can see, I'm up to my neck.
You worry too much, Chrissy. You want to learn to relax.
What do you want, Frank?
Nothing. Just came in for a chat.
Well, thank you, but another time. I haven't got the time at the minute.
All right. Another time.
Yeah.
Can I give you a bit of advice, Christine? Drop Ted Roach out. You can do better than that.
Mind your own damn business, Frank.
All right. But the first hint of it affecting his work and I'll make it my business. Know what I mean?
Inspector, shove your business.
Full bath. Was it light on or off, love?
On.
Still damp.
Typewriter's in the bedroom.
Right, now listen carefully, Taffy. Get yourself a piece of paper and put it in the machine. And press keys R, D and L. Got it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and use a pencil. Don't, whatever you do, touch the keys. I want to check them for dabs. Oh, and check what sort of heater's in there.
Well, there isn't one. It's the one she moved into the living room. You could see where it was.
I see. Tell.
Tosh, do you know something we don't know?
It's not something I know that you don't know, sweetheart. It's more like something I feel that you don't.
Tosh, the Socko's here.
Right.
Oi, dreamboat.
Morning, all.
Morning.
Sorry, I was miles away. Spessy.
Yeah, take a poo.
So what's a smart young couple like you think about new DC lines, then?
Oh, I don't know. He's not been here long enough.
Yeah, Mike, forget about that. Now, listen. What I'm really interested in is what is the SP on Ted Roach and Inspector Fraser?
Oh, dear. Like a bunch of old washerwomen, you lot.
Come on, you can tell us. Listen. Is he giving it some or what?
Oh, please.
Subtle as ever, Alec.
I hate these places.
Morning. Sorry to leave you here. Only the decorators are painting the offices.
No problem, Doc.
Jenny Clayford.
Yeah, how quickly can you move on this one, Doc?
Do I gather you're not entirely satisfied that all is what it appears, Inspector?
Constable, Mom. Detective Constable.
Sorry.
Don't be, I'm not. And yes, I don't think everything is quite what it's supposed to be.
Anything in particular you want me to look for?
The full works.
Constable. I am fairly certain that by the coloration of her skin that young woman died from
Of asphyxia, yes, I know that. I'm just not happy about it being a suicide.
All right. Full works you want, full works you'll get.
Ta, Doc. If I weren't a married man with 5 kids, I'd buy you a drink.
And if I weren't a married woman with 3 kids, I'd let you.
Well?
Made now. Heads up. There he comes.
He'll do a runner.
Chance in a million.
It doesn't state how long you've worked as a hospital porter, Mr. Kelly.
What does that matter?
Well, not a lot, really. Just interested. How long, Mr. Kelly?
10 years.
10 years? That's a long time. You must like the job.
Well, it's a living. Why are you asking me all these questions? I didn't do nothing. All I did was find her.
Just routine, Mr. Kelly. 10 years at the Mile Point Hospital.
You were seen touching that dead girl's body, Mr. Kelly.
No, I didn't do nothing.
You were touching her?
No, I weren't.
Did you ever try to touch her when she was alive?
That's filthy. You can't say things like that to me.
It says in your statement that when you came home from work, you smelled gas. You went upstairs to investigate and found her dead on the sofa.
Yes, that's right. She was just laying there.
Then what did you do, Mr. Kelly?
Then what?
Well, how did you know she was dead?
I just knew. I see dead bodies. You know, I work in hospital. I see dead bodies every day.
What did you do next, Mr. Kelly?
I opened windows.
I didn't turn off the gas first, Mr. Kelly.
That's the next thing I did.
Then what?
I went next door and asked Mr. Sansom to phone for you lot.
Well, why didn't you phone us from her flat? She had a phone there.
Well, I didn't realise she had a flat in her kitchen, a phone in her kitchen. I'd never been up in that flat before.
Never been in her flat before?
As I said, never. I never had no reason to.
How did you know there was a phone in the kitchen, then?
What?
You just said, how was I to know there was a phone in the kitchen? If you'd never been in the flat before, how do you know where the phone was?
Look, this is crazy.
Just routine, Mr. Kelly? So how about the phone bit then?
Well, after I got Mr. Sansom to phone for you lot, I went back and had a look round.
What for, Mr. Kelly?
I don't know, I just did. Look, it's not every day you find a body.
You said you see him every day.
Yes, I know, I did.
Is that why you were touching him, Mr. Kelly?
I didn't touch her. You're filthy.
You haven't been in trouble with the police, Mr. Kelly?
No.
You sure, Mr. Kelly? We can soon check our records.
I said no. Why asking me all these questions?
Can you type, Mr. Kelly?
What?
Type, can you type, Mr. Kelly? It's a simple enough question.
No.
Yes or no?
No.
You sure, Mr. Kelly?
Because I'm sure I never typed in my life. Look, I've had enough of this. I want to go home.
Relax, Mr. Kelly.
I know my rights. You can't keep me here.
Don't get wound up, Mr. Kelly. Just a few more questions and you can go home. OK?
I've told you everything I know already.
Just routine, Mr. Kelly.
Oh, look, it's super sleuth.
You know, there's only one thing worse than a smart black copper.
Yeah, and it's a smart black, good-looking copper.
Yeah, bang, too. Look, I'm sorry, mate. I'm going to have to give it a miss on the bowling tonight.
It's all right. Taffy's already marked me card. Well, I know that makes sense, but the same thing is that we're going to end up to our necks in the smelling stuff, right?
Point. Oh, heads up. CID are looking for clues.
There's probably enough contraband hidden in your locker, Sarge, to keep me busy for years.
Tut, 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 young man.
Used to be one of us, eh?
Yeah.
So what's the SP on this suicide, then? I don't know how people can do themselves in. Ugh.
Well, that's the reason why I can't make it tonight, Yorkie. My partner reckons it's not a suicide.
Oh, that's what all the to and fro's been about, then?
Yeah, Tosh and Burnside are with the super now. He wants a 12-hour detainment on our suspect.
He's all right in that Tosh, isn't he? Does he ever change his shirts, Jim?
Yeah, regularly. Once a week, every Monday.
Jeez, I wouldn't like to be on an oboe at the back end of a week with him.
You know he's got 5 kids, don't you?
5?
Doesn't look like he's got it in him.
So you reckon got a murder on your hands, then, do you?
Well, I don't reckon it at all, Sarge. I think Tosh is making a bit of a meal of it. I reckon he just likes playing a sleuth, that's all.
Voice of experience talking here, eh?
Look, I just can't see how someone can kill someone like that. I mean, how do you make someone lay down with nothing on and make them stay there till he gets them?
Knock him out first.
But there's no marks on the body.
Have a good look, then, did you?
That's not funny. Tosh is a good copper.
Yeah, he's been a DC for 12 years. I mean, he don't exactly inspire confidence, does it? Well, mine's a pint of Guinness, whoever's in the chair.
Well, I've been a sergeant for nigh on 20 years.
Oh. So, convince me, Tosh. Why should we hold your Mr. Kelly overnight?
Well, sir, for starters, I found it a little strange that a young woman gets straight out of a bath and tops herself.
Well, who can say what goes on in the mind of a suicide?
OK, sir. The gas heater. It had been moved from its place in the woman's bedroom to the living room.
You mean why the sofa rather than the bed?
8 out of 10 non-violent suicide victims choose the comfort of a bed. I mean, rather than cutting their wrists or throwing themselves off a building.
Point taken. What about the note?
No doubt it was typed in her machine, sir. I'm positive the lab report will confirm this. Interesting thing is that when Socko dusted down the machine, we didn't turn up one print.
What, wiped?
That's the only answer, Gov. I mean, why should a young girl type a suicide note and then wipe the machine clean? The portable gas heater was wiped clean as well.
Well, I'm convinced. Why's Kelly top of your list?
When Edwards and Martella arrived on the scene, they found him moving away from the girl's body. I think he was wiping her mouth.
You lost me there, Tosh. Why would he do that?
I reckon he was trying to wipe away traces of whatever it was he used to put her out.
What, like chloroform?
Well, he works in a hospital, Gov. Look, sir, I just want to hold him until we get the toxicology report and the full SP from the Socko.
Motive?
That's an old-fashioned term these days, Gov.
This is a waste of time.
It's only a waste of time because you've got one on tonight.
He could be in there until closing time.
Friend Wilson might show.
No chance. I've booked the table.
All right.
You're a grand lad.
Want you back by midnight?
I'll get a cab. If you're not here, I'll go on to his gaff, okay?
Ted.
What?
Don't let me down.
Who? Me?
What's the score in her family?
Right. Parents are divorced. Father left the country 3 years ago and is now living in Canada. From letters found in the flat, we traced her mother to an address in Glasgow, Glasgow police have checked it out, but it appears she moved some weeks ago. Current address unknown.
Blank.
So far, Glasgow police are still on it, sir.
Yeah, OK, yeah. Jim?
Well, she worked as a sales girl in a West End shoe store. She'd been there just over a year. According to the manageress, Jenny was a normal, happy-go-lucky girl, good at her job and well-liked.
Boyfriend?
Well, no one regular. According to one of her workmates, Jenny just liked going out with her friends and having a good time.
She put it about what?
Well, not according to one of her ex-boyfriends. He reckons it took him over 2 months to get her between the sheets.
Oh, cheers, love. Oh, yeah. Did you check him out?
Yep. David Grant. He works for British Telecom. He and Jenny partied the best of friends about 8 months ago. He now lives with his girlfriend out at Chingford. But he's a non-runner, Gov. Look, I must admit, I'm a bit in the dark about this one.
If you're in the dark, Jim, that's down to you. We walked into this one together. At the same time, you saw exactly what I saw.
Then I must have missed something.
Yeah, and it's very easy. When you're not looking in the first place.
All right, so it was murder. What's the motive?
I don't know at this time, Jim. But you answer me this. What was her motive? For topping herself?
Now, Bob, is that what you're looking for?
Oh, cheers, just what I need. Thanks. By the way, middle relief, they didn't follow up on the airgun business.
Didn't they?
Yeah, look at this, look. Middle relief, pass it on to night relief.
Yeah,
night
don't
relief,
tell me night relief, pass it on to us.
It's like pass the parcel.
That's
Morning, Ted.
Rough night, Ted?
yeah, you haven't seen my Dashwood round at all, have you?
It's 10 in the morning, you must be kidding.
Oh, you two are keen.
Somebody's looking for you, Ted.
Mike.
Yeah, he's popped down a canteen for some nosh, and he's not a happy man.
That's putting it mildly. Come on, Jim, let's go and see the doc.
Great.
All right then, Inspector.
Tut, tut, tut.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Detective Constable, married, with 5 children.
You got it.
Jenny Clayford. Thanks. Right. First off, the young woman died of asphyxia due to gas inhalation. Using gas chromatography, the extent of inhalation was close on 90%. As I'm sure you already know, Inspector Constable, 51% is enough to cause fatal poisoning.
Time of death?
Between 6 and 8 a.m.
Alcohol?
I went for the brain rather than the muscle and liver tissue.
Or kidney and spleen?
I see you know a little bit about toxicology.
No, I'm just trying to show off in front of my partner here.
0.03 on the trace. Normal. She hadn't been drinking.
Sex?
She had had intercourse within an hour before her death.
Was there any sign of force used?
Oh, he talks. No. No signs of a struggle and nothing under the fingernails.
Consent?
Maybe not.
Chloroform, right?
0.58 on the trace. Even allowing for absorption, enough to render her unconscious.
So she was unconscious when intercourse took place?
Very probably. I have taken a sample.
I knew you would. I think we just discovered an old-fashioned term.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Stuff it, Ted.
Oh, come on, don't be like that.
That's the last time. Don't ever ask me to cover for you again.
Well, nothing happened, did it?
That's not the point, and you know it. You said you'd be back at midnight.
All right, I blew it.
Yes, you did.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to know. I really don't want to know. You pulled a stroke on me.
Oh, come on.
You just don't listen, do you?
As it happens, you're right, Michael. My office. Now, Ted.
Thanks very much, mate.
Never down to you, is it? It's always someone else.
Why, Mr. Kelly? We know you did it, Mr. Kelly. We just want to know why.
You don't know I did it.
You left a fingerprint on one of the 50-pence pieces, old son.
I didn't.
We found a bottle of chloroform in your dustbin, Mr. Kelly.
That don't prove nothing.
Have you ever heard of genetic fingerprinting, Mr. Kelly? We know you had sex with a girl after you put her out, and we can match you up. No problem.
We've got you, Mr. Kelly. We know. You murdered her.
No,
Well, just tell us why.
all right. You've been so clever catching me, haven't you? I did it. I'm going to tell you why. You're so smart. You find out. I'm not telling you.
Right, Sarge. Hello, Jim. What are you having?
I'll have a pint of usual, please.
A pint of Guinness there, please.
Oh, that sausage one right clever cop.
Yeah, I heard you had a good result, didn't you?
He's brilliant. I just can't work out why.
But why is so good?
So why he's been a DC for 12 years? I mean, he's good enough to go up the ladder.
Well, have you thought of asking him the reason?
Of course I have. All he does is give me that soppy grin and taps the side of his nose.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Eh?
Why did that bloke gas that lovely young girl?
And that's another thing, Sarge. The bloke wouldn't tell us why he did it, and that seemed to upset Tosh more than anything.
Cheers. Well, I can understand that.
I mean, he did it, we got him, that's the main thing. I mean, ours is not to reason why.
Oh, that's just the point, Jim. Ours is to reason why. I mean, if we don't reason, if we don't ask the question why, then we're not doing the job properly. And if we don't learn to prevent, how can we learn without learning the question why? Anyway, I'm fed up. I'm sick and tired of asking the question why, so I'm going to go home, I'm going to kick the cat, I'm going to give the old woman a hard time, then I'm going to go to bed, come here in the morning and start all over again. I'll see you, eh?
See you later, Sarge. Sarge? Why?
Open the door then, you're going to go up in flames at any minute. You're damned! For God's sake. Oh, the window! Does the window still work? The window, come on! Come on, out! Come on, out! I'm trying! Come on. Now, come on, lift your legs. Lift your legs up, come on, with me! Go, come on! Come on! Go! Run away, quick! Come on! Oh. Come on, you okay? Look, I'll call the fire brigade, then get you an ambulance.
I don't want to go to a bleeding hospital.
Look, sir, I'm a police officer and I think... Oh! Ah!
Well, strictly speaking, it is a Federation matter.
Yeah, well, that may well be, but it doesn't make the prospect any more appealing.
Who wants to run it past you? I mean, not make you part of the survey.
Well, why not? I suppose he thinks anybody above sergeant's about to retire anyway, doesn't he? Anyway, look, tell him to give it to Marion and I'll have it.
Yeah, well, look on the bright side.
Eh?
Well, I mean, your stress level must be in good shape. You haven't got to suffer Reg Hollis, have you?
See Ted Roach?
No, he went out about half an hour ago. Warehouse job.
Give him a message, will you? Tell him I want a word.
Yes, sir.
Good lad.
How'd you rate being taken hostage by terrorists?
Nah.
Delivering messages a day?
Look, that ain't stress, is it? I mean, stress is things that happen all the time.
Not Numa.
Is it?
Accepting bribes.
Look, I'll give you a little bit of stress if you don't watch it.
Having a complaint made against you. Being caught making a mistake.
Tasty crumpet on the wrong side of the counter.
I shall put you down for thwarted ambition, Peter.
Yes, love.
Can I speak to a female officer, please?
Why? What's wrong with me?
I've just been raped. TLB 585S, 10 to 1, it's stolen.
Never mind the car. You ought to go to casualty.
But I haven't got time to go to casualty. Tell them I'm late enough as it is and I've missed parade.
Well, don't come running to me if you die later. You'd tell anyone else who'd been assaulted.
Look, will you stop fussing? TLB 585S, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
What's up with her?
No, nothing. She just risked horrible death hauling a guy from a burning car and got thumped for a trouble. Accommodation's no use if you're half dead.
PTSD.
What?
PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I haven't got one of those yet. Well, other than you, of course, Charles.
Me?
Yes, what you're wounding everything. You're my prime example. It's me, stress survey.
I do not suffer from stress, Hollis. I'm a yogi. All I suffer from is an aching gut and the proximity of the collator's room.
Oh, excuse me, ma'am. I've got a girl at the front desk. Reckon she's been raped. Where shall I...
In here, I suppose. Round up a WPC and inform CID.
Yes, ma'am.
And just give me 1 minute to get my uniform on me.
Yes, ma'am.
And then they jumped on the bike and drove off, did they, Mrs. Painter?
In the end, yeah. In a right 2 and 8 they were. I pushed the bike over as well, see? That's the thing to do. You want to tell people. Push the bike over. That gives the little SOD something to think about.
I don't suppose in amongst all this excitement you managed to get the number of the bike, did you?
No, I was too busy hitting them.
Not to worry. The descriptions are very good.
Little SODs.
Now, what I'm going to do is just ask you a few brief questions and then arrange for you to go to our new rape centre across the river.
Why? What for?
Well, we have these new centres now. They make the whole procedure less of an ordeal and they're much pleasanter than police stations.
I haven't got time for all that. I'm on duty this afternoon. Can't I be examined here? I am a nurse.
Giving you a hard time, are they, love?
This is Mrs. Painter, Gov. The motorbike muggers are active again.
Yeah? Where's her crash helmet?
She's a witness.
Oh, what, like the others?
Little SODs. They don't frighten me.
No, not like the others. Really good description of the villains and a good description of the bike. It all fits the pattern perfectly. Look, she was done here, in Felmery Road. Now, when they've worked this area of a morning, they've always gone down this way the same afternoon.
You could see patterns in plain wallpaper, Michael.
Yeah, well, as they didn't score this morning, I think they're doubly likely to try again. I reckon we should call in Trafpol and go for it.
Trafpol?
Well, they said they'll loan us a couple of bikes.
What, at 10 minutes' notice?
You said the governor was a pal of yours.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right, I'll give him a bell. Got to be better for his lads than checking the tail lights on juggernauts.
All right, then, Ray, if you'd just like to come with me now.
All right. Come on, take it easy. Take it easy.
George, it takes a bit of crackling there, Michael.
Hello, Lola. This is Maria Quinn.
Come in, Maria. Sit down over here.
All right, now, Maria.
Right, you just stand back.
What's the score?
About 10-0 to humiliation. I don't know. Interviewed in this cheery hole, taken through the custody area to be leered at, then examined in the surgeon's room like some criminal.
Well, if she doesn't like our posh new nerve centre, that's down to her. Is she genuine?
Yes, I say she's genuine.
Good. You still on red alert for the motorbike muggers?
What, have you caught them?
No. But Dashwood thinks we might be in with a shout. We could do with a bit of moral support on this relief in the Beagley Road area. A decoy would be nice. Traffic will be there on their mopeds. You all right, Chrissy?
Yeah, fine. You can borrow June Ackland.
Well, I'm not sure there's anything in it, sir. So far, it's just rumour.
You think a policeman's life was complicated enough, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, you know Ted Roach, sir.
If it moves, you mean?
Yeah, well, that's one way of putting it.
Yes. One thing we never seem to get right in the force, isn't it? Women. I mean, what's he thinking of? Christine Fraser? Surely a woman like that wouldn't...
Well, my thoughts exactly, sir. And if you ask me, it's not the lady herself he's interested in. It's the rank.
Yeah, it's probably very true, Derek. Well, they both know the rules. Anything like that at this station, and one of them's out.
Yes, sir. Well, I got Roach due to see me as soon as he gets in.
Right. Well, I'll leave it with you then. I've got no idea what you say to Christine.
Well, she's on the force. Shouldn't be any different, should it?
Hey, you all right, love? Look, I'm talking to you. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You been drinking?
I don't drink.
It smells as if you do.
If I don't drink, all right. I just had too much cough medicine for me cold.
Yeah, well, look, I think we better get you home. Where do you live?
None of your bloody business.
Look, I'm only trying to help. You're going to have that baby in the road in a minute.
Nap off, will you? I'm waiting for someone.
Who?
Ron!
Who's he, your husband?
Oh, leave it out, will you? Just nap off. All right, give me my baby.
643 to Sierra Oscar receiving over.
Just let go of my body, will you?
Leave it, will you? Yeah, can I have some transport, please, in Conroy Street?
Look, what have I done wrong? Will you get go of my buggy?
What for?
You say you're a student nurse, Maria,
Yes.
and you're certain that you've never seen this man before. I mean, you work in a busy hospital, a lot of people passing through.
I told you no.
And you weren't aware of anyone following you?
Not until it happened.
Right. Look, I'm sorry to have to put you through this, but it is important to get these things straight while they're still fresh in your mind. Now, I don't want to keep you here all day ploughing through photographs. So I want you to think very hard, Maria. I know it's difficult, but is there anything that you can remember about this man that you haven't already told us?
His nose, maybe. I think one of his nostrils was a little bit bigger than the other one. As though he'd had an accident or something when he was young.
Drunk in charge of a baby, Mum.
Well, you shouldn't drink on duty, should you, Sam?
You wanted to see me, Mum?
Yeah, quick as you can with that. I'm giving you to CID for a couple of hours decoy duty. Liaise with DC Dashwood.
Now, the picture that's emerging is that your job content stressors cause more stress than your job context stressors. In other words...
It's a load of old fanny.
In other words, stress is basically down to poor management.
Now, that's true. Fraser's been giving me some right grief about my compensatory leave, and I'm sure I'm right. Here, I want you to have a word
Got
with him.
that slag! Stephen Moat. Born July 65. Outpatient at the Royal. Previous convictions for sexual assault. Last known address, 12B Sutcliffe House.
No, he's moved up from there.
What? Where to?
Well, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You're supposed to be the collator, aren't you?
Yeah, but they don't give me change of address cards, sir. Well, I had to rely on the lads on the beat for that sort of information.
Well, the hospital must know. Come on.
Shall we check it out with the girl first, Gov?
Yeah.
What's the problem? Recharging her or just keeping her safe while she sobers up?
Well, that's what I thought I'd better ask you, ma'am.
Why? You're the arresting officer. Can't you and the custody officer sort it out between you? Where's the baby?
Oh, police stamp's got him.
Are we checking the woman's background?
Yes, ma'am.
So CID can expect you shortly?
Yes, Mum.
Good.
She's definite. I'm going up the hospital.
Will you take this baby? I'm missing out on the motorbikes.
You and me both, mate. Give it to her. It's carrot, man.
Hey,
cheers, mate.
But we're not having kids.
You come this way, please.
Yes, sir. DC Lines. Sorry to trouble you over this, Mr. Gascoigne. I wouldn't normally bother, but your receptionist seemed to think it was...
If you're looking for information about one of our patients, she was quite right.
Yes, well, I'm just after a home address.
Of?
Stephen Anthony Moat. He's an outpatient here, I believe.
And you want to see him in connection with what, exactly?
I have reason to believe he may have committed a rape this morning on a student nurse in Leathorpe Park.
She identified Stephen?
By description and from a photograph.
I see. Well, if you can give me a couple of hours, Inspector, I'll see if we can help.
Couple of hours? To look up an address?
I'm afraid it's not our policy to disclose personal details of our patients or staff without proper consultation.
We are discussing rape.
The more serious the allegation, the more important that we get it right. This is a psychiatric hospital. Our patients have enough problems without being hounded by the authorities.
Now, just a minute, sir. I'm not hounding anyone. I am pursuing inquiries, and I have good reason for wishing to speak to Mr. Moat. So I'd be very grateful for your cooperation. Now.
I'm sorry. I must discuss it with my case team first. Then I'll talk to you again. Phone me in a couple of hours.
Thanks so much. How you feeling, Mrs. Jarvis?
Where's my dean?
He's outside. He's okay. Would you like another cup of coffee? Look, what we're doing, Mrs. Jervis, is we're checking that everything's okay at home. Now, that is the right address you gave us, isn't it? 10 Willington House.
Ron was going to take us to Greenwich this afternoon.
But Ron's your boyfriend, is he?
Met him in a pub.
I thought you said you hadn't been in a pub.
Oh, not today, I haven't. It's this poxy med...
Well, look, we need to know if there's anybody who could...
Go, Tosh! If you tell me one more time to calm down, I swear to God I'll make sure your family ends at 5.
What have we lost, Gov, eh? 2 hours is nothing. We struck dead looking for that ID. Normally it takes twice as long.
Will you shut up being reasonable? I mean, a nurse gets raped and the hospital's not even interested. Nasty, noisy policeman. Take no notice of him. What are you doing in there?
Oh, so I was looking for you.
Stress survey, is it?
No, I've got an address for you. Stephen Moat. Yeah. Oh, I did a bit of phoning around on the old collators network. Word has it he's sharing a flat with a guy in Gainey Street, number 81. Only Bethnal...
Brilliant. Up yours, Mr. Gascoigne. Come on, Tosh.
All right, mate. Say again, Sierra Oscar.
Ganley Street. That's G for Gold.
Yeah, I've got that, Sarge. Look, can't somebody else go? I'm supposed
Because
to be on
you're
this...
nearest. Rendezvous with CID at the junction with Macau Road in 5 minutes.
We've got a sighting.
Sit down, Ted.
Oh, well, actually, I wanted to speak to you, sir. It's about some
well, I
overtime.
can wait. Inspector Fraser.
What about her?
Well, the long and the short of it is, whatever's going on between you and her has just been stopped.
You what?
Come on, Ted. You know the score. End of message.
Oh, no, it is not. Where did you get all this?
Well, put it this way, your colleagues aren't quite as discreet as you thought.
I'll have whoever
And
said...
neither are you. Come on, Ted. Furtive meetings in the corridor, hanging around outside her office.
That has nothing to do with you or anyone else.
Don't make this any more difficult than it already is. I don't care what's going on. I just want it to stop.
There is nothing going on, sir.
Good. Let's keep it that way then, shall we?
Sir?
Because if you don't, it's you that's going to get moved on, not Christine Fraser. That's all, Sergeant.
Driver's helmet black and the snatcher's helmet blue with yellow stripe. The snatcher wearing black leather jacket with a golden eagle on the back.
All units from Sierra Oscar 6. They've just passed Fluin Gardens, heading north along Cellar Road. Anyone know where Ackland is?
Sierra Oscar 6 from Mobile 1. She's in Nellwood Road. Over.
With a bit of luck, this could be it.
You see Fraser?
In the cellar. Oh, Ted, you got a moment? Obviously not.
Mom?
Can it wait?
No, it can't.
For God's sake, look, I don't actually mean...
Neither do I.
What is it?
What are you trying to do to me, eh? A couple of drinks? A night out? Is that so much to write home about?
No, it's not. Look, Ted...
Well, it's hot news around here, and it didn't come from me.
Oh, great.
Yes, isn't it?
You don't actually think I said anything, do you? Oh, grow up.
Look, Christine, I thought that we had an understanding.
No, we didn't.
Oh, come on, we both know that that's not true.
No, Ted, we don't. I went out with you twice, and it was a mistake I'm not making again. I've already told you to forget it. As I said before, I prefer to keep things on a proper footing.
Thanks a bunch, Mom.
Sorry to trouble you, sir. Detective Inspector Burnside, Scannell Police. I was hoping to speak to Mr. Moat.
You've missed him, he's just gone out.
Where?
I don't know.
Don't mind if we come in, do you, sir? Mr.
Stocks. I told you he's not here.
When do you expect him back?
Tomorrow? Next week? Never. He took a few things.
What? You mean he's gone? Gone?
He had a phone call 10 minutes ago and just went.
Who phoned him?
I didn't ask. I'll let him need his own life, right? That's what he needs.
Have you spoken to Fraser yet?
What?
About my leave?
Ah, your maternity leave? Nah, don't worry, Rob, mate, I shall sort her out.
Yeah, it's all right. Very funny.
Oh, Inspector, it's been agreed.
I've been to the address. He's gone. I'm going to have you for conspiracy to pervert the course of justice.
I'm sorry about this. I'll call you back.
Someone, Mr. Gascoigne, tipped him off. Someone here, in this hospital.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Though I don't see how you could possibly prove it.
Well, for a start, I'll have a list of everybody who knew about it. And don't give me any of that old fanny about the confidential relationship between medics and their patients, because it won't wash.
Well, you could end up interviewing the entire staff. You yourself told the receptionist, I believe. In any case, is anyone going to own up? I don't condone it, of course, but if someone here did tell Stephen to run away, I'd assume it was done for the best motives.
Yes, because they knew he was guilty.
No, more likely because they knew he wasn't, but that he wouldn't be able to stand up to the likes of you. Nick 'em and bin 'em. That's how it goes, isn't it, Inspector?
It was probably my fault. Should have left it to Traffpole.
Well, some you win, some you lose. I wouldn't trust that lot on their own anyway.
June Ackland's gonna love me.
Well, then you're just going to have to find yourself another decoy. Well, it shouldn't be too difficult to persuade someone else out of uniform.
Right, Ted. Which one of you scumbags was it?
Was what?
You know what I'm talking about. Mike?
You've lost me, Ted.
Christine Fraser.
Oh, leave it out. What you do in your spare time is your business.
Yes, it is my business. You decide to make it yours and Conway's.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What do you know about it?
He doesn't know anything, Ted. None of us do.
Don't give me that.
I'll give you what I like, Sunbeam. If you want to behave like a prat, you'll get treated like one.
One of you...
A word of advice, Ted. I'm not in the mood. All right? Watch yourself. I want to see you in my office, Michael. You've got some explaining to do.
I'll find out.
He must be hungry.
Fat like you care.
Mrs. Jervis, I can assure you we care a lot. That's why you were brought here in the first place. Now, I've agreed that you can take Dean home with you.
I'd like to see you stop me.
However, there is a social worker waiting outside to take you home. And I have to tell you that if social services or we have future cause to think that you are incapable of looking after your son, a place of safety order will be obtained. In other words, if you can't stay sober, Dean could be taken away from you. Do you understand? Mrs. Jervis?
Yes.
Okay, right then. You're free to go now. Bye-bye, Dean. Bye-bye, Mrs. Jervis.
Excuse me, Mum. Would this be a good time to discuss Federation business?
Yes, Hollis, none better.
Oh, good. It's about Robin Frank's compensatory leave in lieu of attendance at court. He is entitled to 2 days each for the first 2 days, plus a day and a half for each of the other 2, which makes 7 days in all, not 5.5 as you reckon. The thing is, you see, Robin Frank did come to me himself, so I had no option but to take up the action. I hope that's all right, Mum.